Hi, I'm Samantha McDouglas from thebridgeteachers.com. Come look over my shoulder at a play problem. On this hand, our left-hand opponent opened 3 hearts, showing a weak hand and 7 hearts. Our partner made a takeout double, showing shortness in hearts, 16 or more points because we are at the 3 level, and support for the other 3 suits. Our right-hand opponent bid 4 hearts. Based on partner's bid, I would assume that this 4-heart bid is level to fit, showing a weak hand and at least 3 hearts. When it was our turn to bid, the person who held our hand bid 4 spades, after which everyone passed. West was on lead, and they led the ace of hearts. We are going to play through the first 5 tricks, and on trick 6, you are going to have a decision to make that is the difference between making the hand and not making the hand. You have 2 assignments on this hand. First and foremost, I want you to pay very close attention to the spade suit. But I also want you tracking the clubs and thinking about what you think is going on in clubs. With no further ado, we are off. The person who held our hand played the 8 of hearts, East played the 2, and we played the queen. West now led the jack of clubs. Declare played the ace of clubs, with East playing the 2, and Declare playing the 8 from their hand. Declare now led the 2 of spades from dummy, and when East played low, they played the queen, and West won the trick. West led another club. Declare won the king, and led yet another spade from dummy. This time, East played the ace. East now led the queen of clubs. Before I ask you what you would do, let's see how you did with your assignment. How many spades are outstanding in the hidden hands? 1. Is it higher or lower than our jack? It is lower. Bonus points to you if you know it's the 10. Now on to the club suit. What do we think is happening in clubs? West is out of clubs and led clubs hoping to trump. Why would I say that? Because back on trick 2, West led the jack of clubs. We have the 10 in dummy. When you lead an honor, you promise the card directly under that honor. And one of the few times that we don't have that honor is when we are short in the suit, when it is a doubleton or a singleton. Now, obviously it wasn't a singleton because West led a second club. But because we have the 10 of clubs, because West has continued to lead clubs, I would fully expect that they are now out of clubs. So knowing those 2 things, that the opponents have a remaining trump, that it's the 10, and that West led clubs with the hope of trumping clubs and is now out of clubs, what should we play on this trick? A low spade. It doesn't matter whether you play the 8, the 7, or the 4 because the outstanding trump is the 10. So these cards are all equal value cards. What does matter is that you don't play the jack. Let's go back. If we think that West is out of clubs and led clubs because they want to trump, and we know there is a trump outstanding, why are we trumping low? Because if we trump with the jack, we make the 10 good. If you trump with the jack, sure, you aren't going to lose this trick, but you are absolutely going to lose the 10 wherever it is, whenever it plays, because it is now the high spade, and we are now going to go down. Let's go back. When you are going to trump a suit and the opponents have trump, you want to ask yourself, can I afford to trump high? If the answer is yes, you can afford to trump high, then trump high, because it doesn't cost you anything. When does trumping high cost you? when it promotes the opponent's trump. In this case, if we trump with the jack, we are making the 10 good. A lot of times when you don't have a very solid suit, if you trump high, you are promoting cards in the opponent's hand, creating tricks for them that they would not otherwise have been able to take. If the answer is yes, you can afford to trump high because it's not going to cost you, you just trump high. There's nothing more to think about. There's no cost. Why not just be perfectly safe? But if there is cost, if playing high could cost you, now you need to stop and think about the situation. How likely is it to cost you? And how likely are you to lose the trick if you don't trump high? We've already talked about that first element. The minute that we trump with the jack, the 10 becomes good. This is 100% going to cost us the contract. So when we move on to the second element, how likely are we to lose this trick? Well, in order to lose this trick, two things have to be true. West has to be out of clubs, which we think is fairly likely, and West has to have the 10 of spades. If West doesn't have the 10 of spades, they can't trump with it. If they aren't out of clubs, they can't trump. Now, again, we think it's pretty likely that they're out of clubs based on the way they've played their suit, but it's not guaranteed. Some people will lead the jack from jack little little. What is guaranteed on this hand is that if you trump with the jack, you make the 10 good. You have two scenarios. One, you trump with the jack, you guarantee you're going down. Two, you trump with the lower card, the 8, the 7, or the 4. Now, if West has a club, you make the hand. If West doesn't have the 10 of spades, you also make the hand. So when you're faced with that choice, you of course want to go with the one where there's a possibility you can succeed. Trumping with the jack gives us zero chance to succeed. The minute we trump with the jack, we lose the hand. If we trump low, we now have a chance to succeed, and it might not work out. If that's true, if West is out of clubs and West has the 10 of spades, there is nothing you can do because they play after you. If you trump with the 8, the 7, or the 4, they're going to over-trump you with the 10. And if you trump with the jack, the 10 becomes good. So if that scenario where we fail when we play a low spade here is true, we're failing no matter what we do. And when you're looking at two situations, one where it doesn't matter at all what you do, and one where it matters what you do, you always go with the one where it matters. Let's look at all four hands. If we trump with the jack, it doesn't matter what West has because the 10 is now the high spade. We are now going down no matter what we do because the 10 is always going to take a trick. If we go back, if instead we trump low and either West has a club or they don't have the 10 of spades, we make the hand. Because now we don't lose the 10 of spades. Because we win this trick, we play the jack of spades, drawing the 10 of spades, and now our hand is good. Let's go back. On this hand, you have every right to be worried that if you trump with the 8, the 7, or the 4, that West is going to over-trump you with the 10. But if West is out of clubs and they have the 10 of spades, there is nothing that you can do about that. So you want to play as if the scenario where you can win exists. As if either West has a club and can't trump you, or they can't trump you because they don't have the 10 of spades. Life is super easy if trumping high doesn't cost you. If it does cost you, as it absolutely does here because it makes the 10 good, then you have to evaluate the situation and make the best decision you can. Thank you. As we ease into fall, let's keep building our bridge skills together. Like and subscribe so you don't miss a single lesson.